Good afternoon and welcome to another social media Q&A. I've got Paul Shinn, my hubby, the Model A guy, and he's going to be answering some questions for you guys. I sometimes let him peek at questions and sometimes I don't.
Did you see how bright my hand is? Look.
Yeah.
Look at how bright.
Yeah, we actually have a sunny day today. A little bit
it's
of
clouds
big
and sun.
clouds all around us, but right over us right now it's nice blue skies.
It's like I'm wearing Mickey Mouse gloves.
Yeah. You doing the Michael Jackson thing?
No, not
No. We're here to answer some questions for you that was come in on social media, whether it's Facebook, on his page for the Ford Model A guy, or Instagram for my page or his page. I'll put those up there so you guys can check them out. Or from questions on YouTube.
You gonna put them up here?
Sure, I'll put them up there.
All right.
So one of the things I want to thank you guys for, those of you who are subscribing and liking stuff, you're way awesome. Some simpler things that have come through, some people have been asking, how do I donate to Paul's cause? Yeah, Model A's, it can get a little expensive, and especially if he's wanting to show a bunch of things and teach things. So, I'll put a link to his YouTube channel, and up here I will demonstrate what it looks like so that you can go to his channel and easily make the donation or whatever towards the cause. We're going to start with our little friend Vicky here.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky. Says she's a farmer.
Farmer Vicky.
Farmers. And she's just
We're
saying,
farmers too,
Yeah, love growing our own food and everything. She says, hey, Paul, this is just a farmer from YouTube. You're not just a farmer.
No, just a farmer. That's her YouTube username, I bet.
Really?
I
Maybe.
bet.
You never know. But I think she's just saying it's, nobody's super special, but you're super special. Okay.
I think so.
Back to this.
You feed people. That's important.
I've been trying to reply back to you with my email address. Every time I put in the comments, it doesn't seem to save it.
Oh.
So I don't know what's going on with that. I believe she is one of the ones that won one of the timing tool.
Well, I drew 20
riches.
names. And the people that on their YouTube page did not have their email address on their about page, then I just asked them to email me, and then I could get their address.
And what did we find out about your email?
Oh, well, my email is no longer on the about page.
Yeah, that was kind of
I
funny.
don't know why that happened, but
No
it
wonder
was.
No wonder those of you
I know, sorry.
could not find an email to send it to them. So
It's always been there. It's been there for years.
No, but for some reason it's gone now. So he's going to have to figure out how to put it back on there. Keep the robobots or whatever from.
Well, we could just
taking
give it now, can't we? Just say it.
As long as you're okay with
Yeah.
that. Well, tell them what it is.
Paul at paulshinn.us.
And can I put it on the screen? The bots won't see it
No,
there?
I don't know about that, but
Okay.
we can say it.
Okay. So just in case.
Bots don't understand
Yeah,
English.
bots. Those bots are just crazy that people make.
Oh, it's the computers surfing the web just looking for email addresses so they can spam them. As it is, I already get between 100 and 300 emails a day right now. It's almost worthless. I'm almost ready to just say forget email completely.
Nah.
Almost ready to.
No.
Hundreds of emails a day. And so if I've got, 10 or 20 minutes to sit down and go through emails, I get, half a dozen reply to a few, and then the rest just go into the folder, and there's a million of them. I can't get to everything.
So I think I'll have to help him go through all these so that we can get back to more people.
I need lots
faster,
of help.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I need to help.
Well,
him
so
out.
there's also people that send me an email and say, give me your phone number. I want to talk to you because I have this Model A I want to buy, and I want to talk to you about it first.
And that's awesome.
I
but
wish
he
I
doesn't
could.
have time to talk
Totally
to
don't.
People that give us our phone numbers. I wish he did, but
Now, back in the old days, I used to do that. Then you'd be on the phone for an hour or two
yeah.
with somebody to answer all their questions or whatever. And then now I'm, behind in work. And
Yeah. So anyways, we will continue now. There's also the Model
sorry,
A tech
enough about us
questions.
whining. Let's answer your questions.
Anyways, or you can always get a hold of him or about 5 other super genius techie type people for Model A's
Super genius. They're going to love that.
at the modelatechquestions.com.
No, Model A
wait,
Tech
I'm sorry.
Questions at gmail.com.
Don't say gmail.
It's modelatechquestions at gmail.com.
Yes. Model A Tech Questions at
Gmail.com.
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 So we're going to go with Robin here.
Hi, Robin here.
He's, it's just a she. Hey.
Hi, Robin, she.
For the girls. Well, Robin can go both ways with the name on it. So, my hubby just bought a 29 Model A to restore. Yay! Congratulations. I'm wanting to get him a book for Christmas that would help him to do restorations. Shh, don't listen, hubby. Do you have any recommendations? We both love watching your videos.
Oh.
Sorry, oh no, I think I'm putting the cat on the bag.
I don't know what you're doing. Yeah,
maybe I'll keep the person out of there.
No, why not? Nah, why not?
Yeah, put them on there?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? Because at least if you spoiled the surprise, then, they're surprised because you spoiled the surprise in front of everyone. It's like, hey, I'm part of the group now. I don't know. Anyway, I always suggest getting the Red Book, the Les Andrews Model A Owner's Handbook. Oh man, service. So I forget.
It's a mechanic handbook.
Mechanic's Handbook. Thank you. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm not even thinking.
I know.
Always suggest that one first. The other one I really like is the service bulletins. And actually, this is a question you told me about in advance. So I got one question in advance, and I was prepared. So the service bulletins is available in soft cover.
Oh gosh, you can't even
Boy,
see
look at how bright it is. Woo! Let's see if I can make it. I don't know if you can see. There's, look at how white that is.
Nice.
Wow. Let me see if I can do it. If I can do it. There we go. Oh, now you can see it. All right, there's hardcover. There's soft cover. Okay.
Oh, so that's the same book, just different covers?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow,
yes.
Okay.
I buy these and I give these to people.
Oh, very cool.
And this is mine. I keep this one.
Okay. But I will also put a link in the description so you can get your very one
Yeah.
for yourself very easily. I'll also put links to the Les Andrews Handbook for the Mechanic
Yeah,
Handbook one.
Mechanic's Handbook.
And the Red Book. So what else? Oh, and then I'm also going to put a link for those of you that may not have an owner's manual, Model A owner's
that's a
manual.
really good
So
idea.
I'll put the link in there too so that you can easily find that in case your car was missing one when you bought it.
I used to give the Red Books away all the time.
Yeah.
If a new person would join our club, I would give them my Red Book, then order another one.
Yeah.
But the one that I have now, Les Andrews autographed it for me, so I'm not giving that one away.
That's awesome.
I know, finally. So Les Andrews and I have been friends for years, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Finally, one day, it just dawned on me. Hey, Les, would you autograph my book? He's all sure. First, he's like laughing, like, ha ha, like I was joking. No, sincerely, I want you to autograph my... So he said, to Paul, good luck,
I
Les
love you, hearts
Andrews.
and kisses.
No, it wasn't like that. No, that was our secret.
BFFs forever.
So he was nice and he autographed. He thought I was joking, but I wasn't. I really wanted his autograph. So he autographed it. So that one I'm keeping. I'm not giving them away anymore.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a few of these left though.
Okay, we're gonna go on.
Sorry,
to
let's
Freddie
move on.
now.
Hi, Freddie.
So hopefully that'll give us some
There we go.
different little choices to choose
Sure.
from that are excellent resources. So Freddie,
Hi, Freddie.
hello. He said some stuff up above, but I didn't keep that. I kind of try to get down to the juiciness of things. I have some questions about unsticking a 1930 Model A sedan motor that was rebuilt in the early 70s, but the previous owner at 17 could never get it started. So he's 76 now, and I own it. And it's locked up, won't turn over with the handle. Any ideas other than pouring oil down the cylinders? Body is in excellent condition, but it needs it's in need of a wood kit. I'll also put the wood kit place.
Fordwood.com.
Yeah,
That
and
one?
the link in the description.
Okay, getting a stuck motor unstuck. Well, when we bought Gandalf here, it had a stuck motor, as you recall.
Yeah.
We tried everything. So number one thing we always do, take all the spark plugs out, pour Marvel Mystery oil down into the cylinders, and just kind of move the motor around on the stand or rock the car or whatever. Just get it to where it goes all the way around the pistons so that the rings get good and soaked. Pull the pan or the drain plug from the oil pan. Make sure there's no water in it before you do anything else. But just pull the plug off a little bit and if there's water in it, water will come out first, then oil. But if oil comes out, just put the plug back in. Yes, you make a mess, but just put the plug back in. Okay, there's oil in it. Everything's fine. Just make sure there's no water in it. Then just see if you can rock the motor back and forth. So we put a wrench on the front of the motor, not a crank, because you can only turn one way with the crank. We put a wrench on it and just try rocking it back and forth. If it breaks loose, you can usually break it loose, then rock back and forth, and then it'll start moving. If it does, we've had good luck with that. However, sometimes that doesn't work. I've seen people where they drag one of these behind another car and then pop the clutch to try and break the motor loose. And I also saw somebody hatch their transmission doing that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so don't do that. Don't do that. I do not suggest, I would never do that to one of my cars anyway, at least not one that I liked. But anyway, so the motor in this, as I was saying, was stuck. We tried what we mentioned before, except dragging it behind another car. But we also tried rocking it in gear, put the engine in gear, clutch out, all that, and just push the car back and forth and let the inertia of the car and the weight try to break it loose. That didn't break it loose, nothing worked. So we ended up pulling the motor and putting the rebuilt motor that's in it now. When we took that motor apart, as we took everything apart, we tapped the pistons with a wooden handled thing, whatever, and got them out, got everything out, and there was no damage that we could see other than some rust because some water had been in it. Yeah. So, but I mean, I don't know why it didn't break loose, but after doing our exam of it, it's like, well, there was probably too much rust in there. It probably needed to come apart anyway. So now my opinion is, and this is just my opinion, if an engine will not break loose doing the normal things, it's probably going to have to come apart anyway. So if for some reason that motor had broke loose and we decided to just start running it, we would have scored the heck out of the cylinder walls and everything. Yeah. Okay. So it's a good thing we didn't.
So it's good that you
It's a good thing it did not break loose.
Savable.
Oh, it is. Yeah. We bored it 60 over. We replaced the cam and the crank. So we put a new cam and crank in it. The bearings were okay. But anyway, we ended up having to bore the cylinders out a little bit to clean it up. And then, yeah, everything was fine. The valves were fine. Awesome. Everything was fine. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin. He had put, Paul, I'm looking to buy and have 2 cars in mind. Any way I can call you or ask you questions? And we kind of answered back to them. We let him know how hard it is for him to call people. Different ways of doing like the tech questions or Model A tech questions.
At gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
But see, this is the kind of thing, this is why you need a club. People say, oh, I don't join clubs. I don't want to be in a club. This is what clubs are for. This is where clubs excel. Not just in the, we go do things as a club. It's specifically for this. Hey, I'm looking for a car, especially if like if it's a local car. And 9 times out of 10, and you know this because you've hung around we belong to a few clubs, but you've hung around enough to know where if somebody said, hey, I don't know, let's pick on Harold Winter just because I saw him yesterday and he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. It said, hey, Harold Winter's selling his 1930 Model A pickup. Okay. You've seen that. We've toured with them with that. We know, hey, you know what? That's a good running truck. And I remember that one time we were on a tour and the starter locked up, but he changed the starter and everything. That thing's solid. No, that's a great car. But see, that's the kind of knowledge. We know each other's cars, not just from working on them, but from touring with them and stuff. Oh, it's like Harold's pickup's on the road all the time. And that's the one you want over something that never leaves the garage and has who knows what problems, right? So that's where a club really helps. So Justin, get hooked up with a club.
And if you need help finding a club, you can go, if you obviously probably have a Facebook account.
Go to Mafka.
Go to Mafka group, join their group there, and they have thousands of Model A people.
Well, if you go to mafka.com, there's actually a thing you can click on your state and then click on where you are, and it'll show you all the clubs in that area.
Yeah, that's what I was going with that.
Okay,
you answered that question.
So that's where clubs really excel.
Yeah, and there's good tech classes sometimes they'll put on, and just
tech seminars,
Yeah, people with a wealth of information. They've been doing it for a long while, helping each other fix their cars, and you help them. They help you.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Well, it's like in our club, we've got Robert Gimron, the Model A expert, and every club's got a Robert Gimron.
Yeah.
And it does. It seems like it. Every club's got at least one, sometimes more. But all the tow truck drivers in town know when they pick up a Model A, they'll say, is it going to Robert Gimron's house or are you taking it somewhere else? Because everybody knows.
Yeah. Another part of his thing was also, are there any videos of the 400 model roof operation? Is it a pain? And
It's a two-man job.
yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, but with two
Yeah.
people, it definitely makes it more bearable.
Okay, the reason why I joked, and I think it was the video from Kerrville from the Mafka Nationals, I joked that you never see a 400A with the top down. And I joked, then all of a sudden there was the guy that had the one from Australia, the
Yeah,
right-hand
we
drive
were
with the top
surprised.
down. And that was a really pretty car too.
Yeah.
But and the guy was real nice. Remember, he was a super nice guy. And so we were joking, hey, oh my gosh, it's like a unicorn. It's a 400A with the top down. He was joking. But even he's like, yeah, it takes two people to put the top down. So,
Wow.
yeah, they don't want to put the top down those because they don't want to get wrinkles in them or whatever. So you never seen one with the
Well,
top
if it's
down.
dry, it could crack too. If it's
Oh,
not
if
been
it's
taken
old
care
or
of
whatever,
very
yeah.
well, so that could be a concern a little bit,
Yeah.
I suppose. But yeah, we don't have any videos yet.
No.
Pretty soon he'll be doing one on.
You know
our
somebody
little
with a 400A
Gandalf.
that will let me to put the top down? I'll show you how to do it. It's actually, it's not really hard. It's just a pain. Okay.
Now, does he mean though just putting it down, or does he mean restoring it and putting a new one on? Because he's just saying 400 model roof operation.
Oh, operation might be
So,
putting it up, taking
Could
it
be
down.
putting up, taking it down, or it could be like, okay, it needs a new one, so putting one on.
Oh,
that's
operation
new.
like as in doctor.
Maybe.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
be that kind of operation.
Scalpel, stat.
Yeah. We're losing him. Give him oxygen.
Yeah.
But
The sun's moving, so we gotta
yeah, we're gonna
boogie. Let's
gotta
boogie
do
here.
this. Okay. So anyways, either way, the answer is no. We don't have any videos yet, but soon he will be doing the roof on Gandalf.
On Gandalf.
Here.
Yeah, I got all the material.
Mm-hmm.
I just need, to have a 6-hour night sleep and then
So we'll be doing that. So maybe it'll help. I don't remember what the roof even looks like on a 400 model.
400A. It's like a two-door, but it's all retractable top. The sides stay up.
So it's more cloth. Is it cloth?
Well,
Or no?
originally no, but that's what people use now. Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, maybe eventually he'll do one in that type of one, but he will be showing one in
Yeah, I'm
this
doing the
type
top
of
on
one.
this
Yeah. So
Soon.
coming soon.
soon.
And this I just had to share because it was so stinking cute.
Okay.
I've never seen one before. A
What?
fire truck. Model
Oh.
A. And it is just so cute. And he says he drives it around. This is Robert. Hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
He says,
Nice
"Hi,
fire
Paul.
truck."
I drive and take care of a 1932 Ford Model BB fire truck for my fire department. My question is, how do I prevent the contacts in the headlight wiring from contacting each other and shorting out bulbs or the wires themselves?" So it's a good question.
It's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is I cheat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so on mine I use heat shrink and I heat shrink the terminals.
Huh?
But I use a real thin heat shrink, and then if you auger out the block just a little bit where the terminals sit, there's 3 slots on this plastic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Auger that out just a little bit, they slip right in, and then I use a little bit of silicone just to kind of hold them, because the silicone you can still pop them out later and then re-glue them in.
True.
But anyway, I cheat. You can probably do it without the heat shrink if you just want to use silicone, clear silicone or whatever. Glue them in kind of, and then once they're glued, put some tape around it to hold them while the silicone sets, then put them together. That works too, but I just use the heat shrink just because I got lots of it.
All right. So of
I
course-
cheat.
Okay, Beansberry. Hey,
Beans?
Beans.
Give it the beans.
He says, "Hi there, just watched your video on installing a phone charger in the A. Could I use this?" And so he gives a link to what he's showing
Are you
us
gonna
here.
put it
I'll
up
put
here?
It up there,
Okay.
yep. He says, "Also, thank you for the video.
Oh.
I was looking for opinions on how to charge my phone on long trips." So I will put a link to Paul's video where he made the video about putting the charger in a Model A and
Yeah.
how to charge your phone. So I'll put the link in the description also so you can go watch that. But Paul's going to tell you why this one would not work.
Well, I don't think it'll work because that's aluminum. So, pardon me, I'm getting choked up. So
It'll be okay.
yeah, in that video, I stress how important it is that the jack that the phone charger plugs into be insulated from the car electrically. So a Model A has a positive ground electrical system, unless you change it or modify it. But all ours are 6-volt positive ground, just like they left the factory. Now, a phone charger wants 12-volt negative ground, although it'll run on as little as 5 volts I show in that video, 5.5 volts or something. But the thing is, you're connecting something with a negative ground in a car with a positive ground, so they cannot touch each other at all. If they do, hopefully you put a fuse in line, it blows the fuse. If you didn't put a fuse in line, you have an electrical fire. So you don't want that. So that one is not all plastic like the one that I linked to in that video. I linked to one on Amazon or whatever. I think it's on the Jungle website. But anyway, it's all plastic and all insulated, so there's no way anything could touch it, so you don't, start an electrical fire.
Yeah,
So that's the one you use. The one I put in the video. Don't color outside the lines. Stay inside the lines.
you do not want a fire.
Yeah, you don't want
That is
that.
a fact.
You really, really don't.
So then we've got Eddie.
Hi, Eddie.
He says, I just bought my first 1930 Model A. I've always wanted one. Don't know much about them. I'm sure I'll catch up soon enough. I've been watching all your videos and want to thank you for all that you do. My question is, the front of my motor seems to be leaking a good amount of water. It's not coming from the radiator. It's the front. I'm hoping you could send me some advice. And so he shows this picture.
Okay, well, look at all the rust and stuff, or residue above the water pump. I'm going to say it's the upper hose. It's either the connection between the hose and the radiator, or the hose and the engine, the water outlet. That doesn't look like it was a leaking water pump. It's hard to say. Get some eyes on it. Get some eyes.
It's so hard to tell from pictures.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
This is where a club comes in handy.
Yeah, clubs come in very.
Look, I have Mickey Mouse gloves on both hands now.
Yeah, the sun's catching up to us. It's so nice in the sun, but I know it washes us out if we sit too much in it.
Let's see, I don't know. Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. You look like you got that mime paint.
I look like a mime now.
So anyways.
I'm really tired.
That's okay. You're with us.
All right.
You're helping.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Sure. That's
So
good
I figured
news.
this was a good one to view since we're heading for winter here. We're not in winter, right? Not yet.
Not technically, but it feels like it.
Definitely feels like it, but we're going to technically be in winter anytime, and we're already getting snow here, probably in your parts also, or it's about to snow. So Kimberly here asks.
Hi, Kimberly.
She's sending this on behalf of her boyfriend because he doesn't have Facebook.
I don't either.
She's a very good girlfriend. She says she'd like to know if I guess she's talking about you. Tell her about switching to 50/50 antifreeze and what brand for Maryland weather in an unheated garage. Car only has water in it now and using space heater for now. He has a Model A. He also said he could buy a block heater if you think it's necessary or will work better.
Just drain it.
Just drain it for the
Drain
winter.
it. Yeah. Remember your video you did where you show, and we talked about how in the old days when they were just running water for coolant, how the petcock on the bottom of the radiator hose, the people would, after they're done driving wherever they're going to drive, let's say they get home from work, and they get out of the car, lift the hood, open and let the water drain out.
Yeah.
Then the next morning, take some water from in the house that's not frozen, come outside to the car, close the petcock, pour it in the radiator, close it up, be on your way.
I'll put the link to the description from that video I made on the
That's a
radiator
good idea.
explaining
It's
a lot
getting
of
longer
stuff.
down there. There's a lot of them. Okay. So anyway, definitely just drain it. If you're planning on driving the car now and then antifreeze is a really good idea. And as far as which one, I buy the one that's on sale.
Yeah, I don't really think there's one that's better than the other. It doesn't
Well, these
seem
don't
like
care.
Yeah.
Well, see, for certain cars, like if you have a BMW, you have to have the special BMW blue whatever, and for this year of Honda, you have to have this special. Model A's don't
peanut
care.
tushy.
Totally don't even care.
Model A's are so kicked back.
Yeah,
and,
just
and
pour
chill.
whatever's on sale.
Yeah.
Except that pink junk.
There's pink junk.
The pink junk, you don't want that in any car.
Weird.
Even the ones that recommend the pink junk, don't use that. It's
Interesting.
terrible.
All right. So I will put
It
a
crystallizes.
link.
It's
Oh,
horrible.
my, oh my.
Yeah,
That
it's bad. You
sucks.
don't want the
Yeah, we
the
don't
pink
want
junk. Yellow junk,
crystallization.
green junk, even
Blue
blue
junk?
junk. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So,
That's
I
our
will
neighbor
put-
where the 32 Ford just went by.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the description of his video on how to store a Ford Model A for the winter.
That's a good
So
one.
that was a good one.
You know what?
And-
I failed. I don't think I talked about just draining the car.
Oh, okay.
I
So
failed.
maybe between his video and my video, it'll give you more than enough information for your radiator and keeping it good for the winter.
That should help.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Let's go to Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Has a quick question. What could cause my lights to burn out a lot? And I'm talking my light bulbs. Everything is still 6 volts with a generator.
Oh.
And then after, just in case it helps at all.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Okay.
He says he watched the video on a generator, and I didn't realize my generator was a maximum output. I cut
You
it
had the brush up
down.
too high.
Maybe I cut it down to a third, and it seems to be working perfectly. Thank you.
Well, that's what I was
So-
going to suggest.
Oh, okay. So maybe you must have answered him at some point. So what did you tell him to do?
I don't know.
Oh, well, what would you tell somebody to do for the top part then?
Check the generator charge current, and if it's more than a few amps, turn it down.
Okay.
Well, see, the thing is, driving at night. So if you have a stock Model A headlights electrical system on, you're going to draw maybe 10 amps or so with all the lights on and everything. So you would run the third brush up a little bit so that on the amp meter, which is on the dashboard panel, you've got the key to turn it on and off, the gas gauge, the amp meter's on the right, on this side, not on this side, on that side. So the amp meter, you would turn the brush up enough, and you can do it while the motor's running. I mean, just be brave. And you want to get it to where it's not discharging and not way in the charge. You want it to be about on the 0 with the lights on. So you drive like that at night. Okay. Now, the problem is when you're not running the lights, then it's going to be way into the charge, like enough to boil the battery out.
Yeah.
So, well, see, that's like the conundrum we had with the mail truck, because the mail truck has a generator still. So what I did is I set the third brush so that it was just barely into the charge with the lights on. And then in the daytime, I drive with the lights on. So anytime I drive the mail truck, once I get the engine started and warmed up, I turn the lights on and then drive with the lights on. Extra safety anyway.
Yeah, extra safety. So why not?
So that's how I ran the mail truck.
Now, does the mail truck have the LEDs or not
No,
yet?
it's all stock,
Does
100%.
Does LEDs change anything?
Well, they don't draw
weird.
hardly anything. So you could leave the generator third brush to like barely over so that with no lights on at all, you're just like a couple amps into the charge area. The LEDs, they only draw like, 2 amps, I think, total. On this car's full LED, headlights, taillights, everything. And I think they draw like 2 amps or something. So if I ran a generator on this, then I would only set the third brush at like 3 amps. Because even with all the lights on, it would still be just barely on the charge side.
Okay, so maybe I'll put a little link to the description
That was a long, yeah, but that's
to the
good
LED
information.
lights. I mean, it's been good. It
Newton
makes
Wells
so much
is the guy who makes the really good ones.
Yeah,
Newton Wells, yeah.
Newton Wells.
Yeah.
Does he have a website?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put that in the link in
I
the
think it's
description also.
newtonwells.com, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Put it down there just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
He makes the
So,
really good LED
I'll
lights.
put not only his video that has to do with installing LED lights into your Model A.
There was like
and-
3 or 4 of them, though.
Was there?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll put a couple.
Why not?
And then you can search through yourself and see the
I gotta
rest.
stay out of the thing.
And
So.
then,
It's on my mind.
oh God. All right, let's get on before you have to do that. Well, you know what?
I think that was it.
That was it. Wow,
Score.
not too shabby.
We finished before the phone battery died.
Yeah. Sometimes we're messing around so
Yeah.
much, a lot of time goes by.
Yeah.
But, anyways, well, that's a wrap, I guess. If you have any questions and you don't have a lot of time for Paul to get back to you or for me to get back to you to make these videos so that you can have your question answered on the video, so you get some kind of an answer. You want to come over here with me? Come.
Wow. Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Ah.
So that you can get your questions
Put my
answered,
Mickey Mouse glove over here.
maybe in a fun way, and so other people can learn off of your questions. Because if you have a question, there's probably other people out there with that same question. It's very possible. So, anyways, thank you for joining us. I hope you guys are staying well. Stay safe on those crummy roads lately with the weather we're having.
Yeah, and by the way,
But,
you might want to know, California is using salt on the roads now.
yeah.
Crazy. Crazy. So guess where these cars aren't going?
Well, no, they're not using salt on the road.
Oh, no, they
What
call
are
it
they
brine.
using? Brine.
Yeah, so if you don't believe me, look it up on the Caltrans website. They say, oh, no, we don't use salt. No, we use brine.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
what is
okay.
brine, folks.
Salt water.
Oh,
Yeah, so, since the beginning of time, the one good thing about this state, the one good thing, and yes, I'm being serious,
Yeah.
the one good thing was they did not salt the roads.
Yeah, there's some
Now
good
they
things
are.
about California, but it's not too many as far as of lately.
We're kind of
We're
outcasts.
taxed to death and everything.
Oh, the
else.
politics are outrageous.
Yeah,
So, but now they're using salt on the roads. But it's, no, it's brine.
yeah.
So, gone are the days where you can say, oh, it was a California car, so it's rust-free. Guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so guess where these cars aren't going. So,
Yeah. Not right driving around on roads when it's been winter and they're starting to
no.
help out the snow,
No.
melting, all that good stuff.
Well, they do it for ice stuff. So they brine the roads before there's going to be freezing temperatures at night. So you see like the little lines going down the roads because the rigs that spray the brine.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what that is.
Oh, I kept wondering what that was.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
brine, not salt, on the roads in California. Nowhere is safe.
Oh no. So, anyways, thank you for joining us.
Sorry, rant over.
Anyways, I hope you're getting ready for Christmas and everything is going well. Pretty soon we'll do a little Christmas thing. I think we've got those fun lights coming up. We'll be going through this cool,
Oh, yeah,
cool
that's
little
right.
neighborhood.
Oh, that's right.
In the country here, we have this enclosed
Oh, that's so funny.
neighborhood
Yes.
in the middle of nowhere. It's
So
kinda
we live in the
comical.
boonies, and like all these lots are like 3.5, 5 acres, you know,
Yeah.
like that. Except in closer to town, there's a little development. I don't remember what the guy's name was that developed it, but he was from the Bay Area, from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Guess what?
So he built this little gated community where all the houses are this far apart
Yeah.
with no yards, just like the Bay Area, like in the city.
Smack in the middle of the country.
And we thought nobody will ever buy those.
He
did. People move from the Bay Area. Oh, let's move to the country and live this far from somebody. Well, that's cool because if you run out of toothpaste, you just reach out your window and grab your neighbor's. Piece of cake.
Yeah. The cool
Yeah.
thing is,
Cool thing
they
is.
do rock with some things. They set
Yeah.
up a very nice Halloween thing for the kids.
They do.
So all the people, anybody from anywhere in the county can come
Trick or
and
treat.
Trick or treat. in
Yeah,
their
they close the
community.
roads to traffic.
Yeah, it's
And it's just
awesome.
mobs of people come from like the next counties over and everything.
Yeah, and at Christmas time, they'll be having, I guess they call it the Polar Express.
Polar Express, yeah.
Yeah, they have Santa Claus. They have sleigh rides.
Oh, yeah, so that's
I
what they
mean,
do.
cool
So
stuff. Lights everywhere.
So there's a clubhouse right when you first pull in the gate. You have to have permission to get in or whatever. But they open the gate and they have a little parking area and there's a clubhouse. And right there is where Santa is. And they have these trailers with all these seats that are decorated with lights and all this. And they pull them behind Jeeps or whatever it is.
Jeeps. Sometimes it's those little 4x4.
Oh, right.
or what do you call those? Forerunners?
Quad, side-by-sides,
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever they call
So they have a couple, 2, 3 of those, whatever, and then people stand in line, then they get on these things, and they ride them around the neighborhood to see all the Christmas lights, and everybody that lives there, there's a homeowners association, which you think a homeowner, HOA in the country? Yep, they have it there
Yeah.
in the little tight-knit community. So they have to decorate their houses. So everybody has to decorate, and some,
They
but
have to?
yeah,
Do
they have to. They have to. So that's why I hate HOA. So, but there's some people that go all out and then like put up displays that move and all this stuff, and then they hand out cocoa and popcorn and everything. So anyway, it's closed. You're not allowed to drive around there, but
During these certain things, they
no,
open it up.
no, not no.
What
You're not
happens?
allowed to drive in there. You're supposed to park in the parking
that's
lot and get
right,
on the
yeah.
trailer and ride around.
Yeah.
So what do?
Well, they park out on the streets, on the
They park
country
everywhere.
road and everything.
So what we do is we put Christmas lights on a Model A
Yeah.
and just pull in, and they just wave us right through like we're part of the show. So we just drive around their neighborhood and look at Christmas lights and drink hot cocoa.
Yeah, it's awesome. Have little blankets on our laps.
And we've done that now for what, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, a long time. And nobody's ever once said anything.
Yeah, they're all waving around.
Hey!
So I'll be putting that on my video here pretty soon. We'll be taking a drive through there on the 17th.
Did we make a video last year of that?
I think I may have.
I think you did.
Yeah, so.
You can check that out.
I'll
You can
show
put a link
stuff.
down in the list of links below.
Yeah, put a little Christmas music behind it. I'll show you all the pretty lights we saw while driving the Model A. Pretty cool. I'll keep the Model A sounds for you.
All the people that look at us and go, hey, they must be part of the show.
Yeah.
We're like,
Anyways,
nope, we don't belong here. We're trespassing.
Lots of fun stuff coming anyways.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is going a little longer than I expected. So we're going to say goodbye.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for hanging in there with us.
Merry Christmas.
Love you guys.